What's going on, duelists? It's your boy Nick, bringing you today on the channel a combos and test hands video for my RAGNARAIKA Beetrooper deck profile for the post Legacy of Destruction format. For those of you new to the channel, welcome. My name is Nick. We do Yu-Gi-Oh content mainly focused around rogue and casual decks alike. If that's the kind of Yu-Gi-Oh that you're interested in, then I highly encourage you to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more of my uploads. But before we dive into these amazing combos that I'm going to show for you today, I want to say thank you all so much for helping me reach my 1,500 subscriber goal. All of you duelists rock. Thank you so much. You have absolutely no idea how much this means to me. It literally inspires me to continue making you guys really unique and awesome content that you literally won't find anywhere else on YouTube. Like I said, my channel tends to focus on the more niche side of the game, and I know a lot of you players really enjoy some of the things that I've brought to you in the past. So definitely, if you're watching this right now, subscribe. Let's hit our next goal, which is 2,000 subs. I know we can get there, guys. I believe in everyone. And like I said, I'm just so grateful and so appreciative of all the love and support that I've received thus far. It's literally, I'm going to continue bringing you guys really amazing content. You won't be disappointed. Thank you all again from the absolute bottom of my heart. You have many thanks of mine. I can't even begin to describe to you how excited I am to actually have achieved this milestone. I remember when I started this channel, I just thought it was going to be like a side gig kind of thing for me, you know, and it's just grown into something so awesome and special, and I couldn't be happier. So thank you all again so much. I'm so grateful for all of you that have taken the time to not only share my content, but watch it, comment, subscribe, and whatnot. Continue spreading the word, help this channel grow as a community. And with that being said, let's dive into these amazing combos. So RAGNARAIKA is a brand new theme, fresh out of Legacy of Destruction. It is a combination of 3 different monster types put together into one, which is insects, plants, and reptiles. Kind of similar in the same vein as Tri-Brigade. It's a very link-focused strategy, allowing you to produce multiple bodies on field for very minimal investment to continue link climbing into some of the RAGNARAIKA boss monsters. Now, I think Raika is still in its infancy as an archetype. I mean, it's better off played as an engine in other decks, not so much utilized as a pure deck itself. But I do feel like it will be getting support in the future that, you know, it can only get better from here. So, you know, the ceiling is still a little bit low in my opinion, although I'm not complaining. You can still do some pretty cool things, but just keep that in mind as you watch the combos. You know, this deck is still, you know, early on in its creation, and I know it's going to be getting way more support in the future. So with that being said, we're diving into these combos. We're going to start off with a 1-card combo using the brand new RAGNARAIKA the Evil Seed, a secret rare out of Legacy of Destruction. And I want to show you guys what you can do with just a single copy of RAGNARAIKA the Evil Seed. So we're going to start off by normal summoning RAGNARAIKA the Evil Seed, activating its effect upon being summoned to add up to 2 different RAGNARAIKA cards that are either banished and or in your deck to your hand. So we're going to be searching for a copy of RAGNARAIKA Bloom and a copy of RAGNARAIKA Samurai Beetle from the deck to our hand using our effect. And then at resolution, we do have to banish a card in our hand. So we will be choosing to banish the Samurai Beetle here. Hopefully you guys can see everything. Then what we're going to do next is we're going to activate our copy of RAGNARAIKA Bloom, which is their brand new continuous spell. And we're going to elect to use the secondary effect of this card, which states that we can special summon one of our RAGNARAIKA monsters that's in our hand, graveyard, or banishment in defense position. So we're going to go ahead and grab our banished Samurai Beetle back to our side of the field. And as you can see, we already have, you know, the capability to perform a link summon here. So we're going to go ahead and link off our Evil Seed and the Samurai Beetle for the RAGNARAIKA Link 2 monster called Skeletal Soldier. Very cool card. However, that will trigger the grave effect of our Samurai Beetle, which states if this card is sent to the graveyard for the link summon of a RAGNARAIKA Link monster, we can target a level 4 or lower insect, plant, or reptile in grave except himself, and special summon it in defense position. So we're going to use Beetle to bring back our copy of Evil Seed back to our side of the field in defense position. And then what we're going to do is we're going to utilize our effect of our Skeletal Soldier, where during the main phase, you can target a RAGNARAIKA monster in grave and special summon it in defense. So we're going to use the Skeletal Soldier, targeting our Beetle, and special summoning it back in defense position as well. And you can easily already see what I was talking about, how this deck just generates really easy link material very quickly. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and link off our Skeletal Soldier and our Evil Seed. It's important that we leave the Samurai Beetle on field for this combo, and I will explain why shortly. We will be making our Link 3, which is the RAGNARAIKA Mantis Monk. So we're going to go ahead and link someone into that. Now, Mantis Monk has a very interesting effect where he can banish 2 insects, plants, and or reptiles from grave for cost to add a RAGNARAIKA trap from deck to hand. So we're going to go ahead and use Mantis Monk here, banishing not only our Skeletal Soldier, but our copy of Evil Seed as well. And the reason why we do that is because we're going to go ahead and search our copy of the RAGNARAIKA Hunting Dance, their brand new trap card. Very cool trap. What it allows you to do is you can target cards the opponent controls up to the number of different monster types among the link monsters you control that are insects, plants, and reptiles. So basically, and then you destroy those cards. So if you have an insect link, a plant link, and a reptile link, Hunting Dance lets you pop up to 3 cards basically, which is really cool. Or if you just control an insect link, then you're only popping 1, so on and so forth. But very cool card to search. Gives this deck much needed spot removal, which Beetrooper Pure in the past usually struggled with because there wasn't a lot of removal in the Beetrooper archetype. So we're going to search this card from the deck to our hand. Now there's a couple of things that we can do here at this point. We've already gotten our value off the Mantis Monk as far as on-field effects go. So what we can do here is we can take Mantis Monk and Samurai Beetle and link into our Link 4 monster, which would be RAGNARAIKA Chain Coils. A very interesting monster, pretty niche effect. Basically, when a monster effect is activated, we can make it so that the opponent cannot activate monster effects in the hand for the rest of the turn. Against certain strategies, that's a very powerful effect, but for the most part, it's not that relevant, especially this format, I feel. But what you can do is make Chain Coils, set Hunting Dance, which guarantees you at least 1 pop, since we do have a reptile link on field, and we can pass turn there. However, in my opinion, I feel like you could take this much further. So we're going to rewind just a little bit back to the point where we still had Mantis Monk and our Samurai Beetle on the field. We're still going to have the trap in our hand, obviously. Now we're going to get to the point as to why we left Samurai Beetle on the field specifically. And that's because both Samurai Beetle and Mantis Monk are insects. And what we're going to do here is if we don't want to make Chain Coils, we can actually take this combo slightly further by linking Mantis Monk and the Samurai Beetle into our copy of Beetrooper Invincible Atlas. Now, funny thing about this is Invincible Atlas is actually not invincible while you control Bloom on field because his attack is 3,300. One thing I didn't mention with Bloom is that all insects, plants, and reptiles gain 300 attack, which would make Invincible Atlas 3,300, making it so that he's able to be targeted and destroyed by card effects because his protection effect only applies if he's below at or below 3,000. So I just thought it was kind of funny that he's not invincible anymore, but that's besides the point. We're going to go ahead and link into this, which does require 2+ insect monsters, and that's why we had to leave Samurai Beetle on field, because if we chose to link this off to make Mantis Monk, and we kept like the Evil Seed on board, Evil Seed and Mantis Monk cannot make Atlas. So just prefacing that real quick for those of you curious. But now that we have Invincible Atlas on field, we're going to activate its effect to tribute it itself to then allow us to special summon a Beetrooper monster from our deck, which in this case will actually be a copy of, if I could find it, of course. Every time you want to search a monster, here it is. We'll be special summoning our copy of Beetrooper Stinglancer from our deck, and then activating Stinglancer's effect upon normal or special summon to go ahead and search for a Beetrooper spell or trap. What we're going to do is we could grab Flying Sting, but then that would basically make Hunting Dance irrelevant because we don't end on a Link monster. So searching Flying Sting doesn't actually do us any good here. What I want to search is Beetrooper Formation, their field spell, and I'll explain why momentarily. So now that we have that to our hand, we're going to go ahead and activate Beetrooper Formation, which is the Beetrooper field spell, and we're going to use its effect, which says we can target a Beetrooper monster in our graveyard and special summon it. It cannot attack, and then we also lose life points equal to its original attack. So we're going to target our Invincible Atlas that was properly summoned, that's in our graveyard, and go ahead and special summon that back to our field. We will take 3,000 damage here, but you guys already know it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Life points are just a resource. It really doesn't matter how many points we have as long as we keep our opponent from playing. So we're going to go ahead and revive our Invincible Atlas with Formation. And then what we're going to do is we're going to then take... there's a couple of ways we can actually do this. We can either go Mantis Monk effect to go ahead and bottom our Sting Lancer back to the deck to revive itself. Which might make more sense because then that puts the Sting Lancer back in the deck. So we can use Mantis Monk effect to return the Sting Lancer to revive Mantis Monk from grave. And then what we're going to do at this point is take Mantis Monk and Invincible Atlas and link them off for our Link 5, which is RAGNARAIKA Stag Sovereign, the RAGNARAIKA boss monster for the theme. He just requires 2+ insect, plants, or reptiles, which Invincible Atlas is a Link 4, and then we just count Mantis Monk as 1, because Links can either be counted as their rating or as 1 when you use them for Link summons. And now what this does is instead of going Chain Coils Pass, what we have is actually a little bit better board, because Stag Sovereign, in my opinion, is the better card to end on. We still have our Hunting Dance, which is live, so we set Hunting Dance, but now we have Follow-Up through Bloom, plus Beetrooper Formation, where if an insect monster we control is destroyed by battle or card effect, it allows us to produce a Beetrooper token to our side of the field. So if the Stag Sovereign does get outed, we can at least summon a token to help try to block an attack, or at least keep board presence on field for subsequent turns, which I actually like a lot. Now, yes, this doesn't seem so bombastically over the top, but keep in mind, this is a 1-card combo with Evil Seed by itself, and look at what all the value that it gets you. Very powerful card here. Plus, Stag Sovereign being a pop 2, whenever the opponent special summons a monster from their main deck or extra deck, you can go Stag Sovereign to destroy 2 monsters on the field as a trigger effect, which is really, really cool. Plus, keep in mind, Stag Sovereign's 3,600 because of the effect of Bloom. Meanwhile, all of your opponent's monsters that are not insects, plants, or reptiles are losing 300 attack and defense. So this guy's a very big chungus. And like I said, we have a double pop with Stag, a pop with the Trap, plus follow-up through Bloom, and then a way to maintain board presence with Formation. And then if they don't out the Formation, on the next turn, we could just go Formation to go ahead and revive back our Invincible Atlas. Or if we chose to just use Atlas plus Sting Lancer to make Sovereign, then on the next turn, you could go Formation to revive Sting Lancer from the graveyard, assuming you didn't bottom it with Mantis Monk effect. And then you could just bring the Sting Lancer back with Formation, and then trigger Sting Lancer to get you another search for a Beetrooper spell trap for the follow-up play, which could be Flying Sting, or it could even be the Beetrooper Landing, which is their fusion spell. So that is the 1-card RAGNARAIKA the Evil Seed combo. Now what I want to showcase for you guys is what you can do with the Evil Seed plus an additional body, because you can actually take this pretty far. So the body in question is actually going to be, of course, our Resonance Insect, because this is a Beetrooper variant of RAGNARAIKA, and Resonance Insect is absolutely broken. So that was the 1-card combo. Now let me show you what you can do with the 2-card combo. So we're going to start with RAGNARAIKA the Evil Seed plus Resonance. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go RAGNARAIKA the Evil Seed effect to discard the Resonance Insect from our hand to special summon the Evil Seed, then trigger the Evil Seed effect, allowing us to search for 2 RAGNARAIKA cards, and then we banish a card from hand. So we're going to grab Samurai Beetle plus Bloom again. Then we're going to banish the Beetle off the resolution of Evil Seed. We will then activate our copy of Bloom, using a secondary effect to special summon our banished Samurai Beetle in defense position. And now what we're going to do is the same play as before, take the Evil Seed and Beetle, link those off to make our RAGNARAIKA Link 2, which is the Skeletal Soldier. But then that will trigger the Samurai Beetle effect. When it's sent to the grave, for the link summon of a RAGNARAIKA Link, we can target a level 4 or lower insect, plant, or reptile in grave, except himself, and special summon it. Instead of summoning back our Evil Seed, we're actually going to be reviving our Resonance Insect with the Samurai Beetle's effect, so put Resonance back on the board. Then we'll go Skeletal Soldier effect to take our Samurai Beetle, and then revive that from our graveyard as well. So you can kind of already see how the combo differs. We're going to definitely be able to utilize Resonance Insect here a bunch of times, which makes this combo really, really insane. So what we're going to do is we're going to link off Resonance and Skeletal Soldier to go ahead and make our RAGNARAIKA Mantis Monk here, our Link 3, which will finally proc our Resonance effect. Since it was sent from the field to the graveyard, we can add a level 5 or higher insect monster from the deck to our hand. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use that effect to go ahead and search ourselves a copy of Doomdozer from the deck to our hand. Then what we're going to do here is we can go Mantis Monk effect, banishing 2 insects, plants, or reptiles from grave. So we're going to banish our Resonance and banish the Evil Seed from graveyard to allow us to search for our RAGNARAIKA trap card, which will be our Hunting Dance, But then that will trigger our second effect of resonance, because when it's banished, we can send an insect monster from our deck to the graveyard, except a copy of itself. So what we're going to do here with that effect is we're going to send a copy of Gokapole from our deck to the graveyard, and it reads as follows. If this card is sent to grave, we can add a level 4 insect monster from deck to hand. It has an additional effect if that monster you add to hand is a normal monster, but we're not playing any vanillas in this deck because there's no reason to. So once Gokapole is sent off the effect of resonance, we can trigger Gokapole to search for another level 4 insect, which, you guessed it, will be another resonance insect to our hand. Now keep in mind, we've gotten to this point and we have not normal summoned yet. We specialed. Everything was a special summon so far. We haven't committed to our normal summon yet, which is really, really insane. So now what we're going to do here is we can actually normal summon our copy of Resonance. And then what we can do at this point is utilize the Mantis Monk plus Resonance Insect as link material to go into our copy of Beetrooper Invincible Atlas, triggering our graveyard effect of Resonance, because guess what? Resonance is not once per turn. So if this card is sent from field to grave, we can add a level 5 or higher insect from deck to hand. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use that effect to search ourselves a copy of Heavy Beetrooper Mighty Neptune to our hand. So obviously very, very cool. Then what we're going to do is, at this point, we're going to go Doomdozer effect to banish 2 insects from grave to special summon itself. So we're going to banish the Resonance, and we're going to banish the Gokapole from our graveyard. Go ahead and special out our Doomdozer, which will trigger, again, because Resonance is not once per turn, its banished effect again to go ahead and send an insect monster from our deck to grave, except a copy of itself. So now at this point, we can go ahead and send our copy of Scary Moth to the graveyard. For those of you familiar with Beetrooper, you should know where this combo is going. But now what we can do is we can go Invincible Atlas effect, tributing our Doomdozer, to then go ahead and, actually, do I want to tribute Doomdozer? No, you know what? Let's keep Doomdozer on the field. Let's go ahead and tribute our Samurai Beetle instead, because it just has to tribute an insect. And now we can special summon a Beetrooper from deck, which will be our Scout Buggy. Then Scout Buggy will trigger to special summon another copy of itself from the hand, deck, or grave. So we will special summon our second copy of Scout Buggy. Keep in mind that at this point we are locked into insects while Atlas and Scout Buggies are on the field. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go Scout Buggies, and we're going to overlay them to make our copy of the number 3 Cicada King, and we will keep it in attack position for now. For those of you who don't know what Cicada King is, it's like a monster negate, and then at resolution we can change the battle position of an insect on field. And then if Cicada King's battle position is changed, he allows us to special summon an insect from our graveyard in defense position, which is obviously very strong. Then what we're going to do here is we're going to go Invincible Atlas and Doomdozer, link both of those off to go ahead and make our RAGNARAIKA Stag Sovereign, which is the RAGNARAIKA Link 5. Then at this point we can go Mighty Neptune here, taking 3 banished insects, which will be Gokapole, Resonance, and Resonance, shuffling them into our deck, and then we can special summon the Mighty Neptune to our side of the field. And then we can go ahead and set our copy of Hunting Dance, and this is actually going to be, again, this is our 2-card combo. We're going to pass turn. Now during the end phase, Mighty Neptune can target one other insect we control and make it gain 1,000 attack. That is an activated effect which can be negated by Cicada King if we so wish, by detaching a material, negating Neptune, and then at resolution, Cicada King can special summon from our graveyard our Scary Moth, which is kind of like in El Shaddai Winda. Each player can only special summon 1 time. However, if we're a little bit greedy, we don't have to negate our own Mighty Neptune. We can actually hold our Cicada King instead of negating our own card. We can just use it to negate an opponent's card if we're feeling lucky. Because what will happen is Mighty Neptune, during our end phase, will target Stag Sovereign, make it gain 1,000 attack. Keep in mind, it's already at 3,600 because of Bloom, but after Neptune resolves, it'll actually jump to 4,600 attack. We then pass turn, and then on the opponent's turn, the moment they put a monster on field, we'll just negate its effect with Cicada King by detaching, and then at resolution, we can special Scary Moth. So it's just a matter of whether you want to summon Scary Moth during the end phase of your turn, and then, like, if you just, want to be safe, like, you don't want them to, like, go, like, Fenrir or something, as the first line of their play for their turn. But what this does, if you wait, you actually maintain your Mighty Neptune's effect, so then on the subsequent end phase, it can make an insect gain another 1,000. And then you pass turn with a 4,600 stag sovereign instead of just a 3,600 one, if you choose to hold Cicada King to negate an opponent's card specifically, rather than Cicada King negate your Neptune during end phase. But this end board is cracked because now your opponent can only special summon one time. We have a monster negate with Cicada King, a double pop with Stag Sovereign, plus an additional pop with our trap card, plus follow-up through Bloom, which can revive our banished Evil Seed for follow-up. And we also still have all the RAGNARAIKA links in the grave, like Mantis Monk and Skeletal Soldier, which can use their graveyard effects next turn to place a card to control on the bottom to revive themselves, which is obviously really, really strong. Now keep in mind, that was literally done off of a simple 2-card line that consisted of exactly Resonance plus Evil Seed. And this is the end board that we were able to pull off with that combo. So it is pretty consistent. I mean, we max out on Resonance plus Evil Seed, and Resonance is searchable in this deck, so this combo is very consistent. It's definitely repeatable as long as, you know, you're able to push through Disruption. But that's going to be the combos. Now, I don't want to make the video terribly long, but let's go ahead and do a test hand with this deck. That way you guys can actually see what it's really like to play instead of just a manufactured combo that I can present to you. Let me show you guys, you know, realistically what some of your hands might look like. So let's go ahead and pile shuffle this really quickly. Again, I want to thank you all so much for the continued support. I literally can't believe that we made it to 1,500 subscribers. Let's, like I said, work hard on getting to our next goal, which is 2K subs. I'm going to continue just churning out the content for you guys. I have tons of things post Legacy of Destruction that I know all of you are going to love. You know, I have my update for my Evil Eye Ubel list. I have updates to my Melfi Illusion or Melfi Chimera deck, however you want to call it. I also have updates for my 60-card Volcanic Snake Eye Fire King deck, and so much more post Legacy of Destruction. So like I said, if you're not subbed yet, just subscribe. It doesn't cost you a thing, and trust me, you're going to really enjoy a lot of the stuff I have coming down the pipeline. So we went ahead and pile shuffled. Now we're going to cut. We're going to play this out like we're going first. So we have a Doomdozer, Battle Wasp Pin the Bullseye, Beetrooper Fly and Sting, Beetrooper Scale Bomber, and a RAGNARAIKA the Evil Seed as our 5-card opener. So this hand is obviously really strong. We can do quite a few things here. So how do we want to go about doing this? Why don't we activate the Evil Seed? You know what? Why don't we just go ahead and normal summon our RAGNARAIKA the Evil Seed, activate its effect here to go ahead and search for 2 RAGNARAIKA cards, which obviously we're going to do what we did in the combo. We're going to grab Bloom and Samurai Beetle, and then we have to banish a card. So we'll go ahead and banish the Samurai Beetle here. Let's go ahead and activate our Bloom, using a secondary effect to special summon back our Samurai Beetle. Then at that point, because we control an insect monster, we can use the effect of Pin the Bullseye in our hand to special summon itself, then Pin the Bullseye effect to burn our opponent for the cute 200 damage that it provides. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take the Evil Seed plus Beetle, link those off for our RAGNARAIKA Link 2, which is Skeletal Soldier. That will trigger our graveyard effect of Beetle to go ahead and revive our Evil Seed. Then we can go Skeletal Soldier to revive our Beetle. And now what we can do here is we can go Skeletal Soldier plus Evil Seed. Link those off for our Link 3, which will be our Mantis Monk. Then we can go Mantis Monk effect to banish both the Skeletal Soldier and the Evil Seed, allowing us to search out our Hunting Dance from our deck to our hand. And then, let's see, how do we want to go about this? We have actually quite a few options here. Let's go Mantis Monk and Pin the Bullseye. We can go ahead and link into our copy of Invincible Atlas at this point. Then we can go ahead and go Atlas, tributing our Beetle to special summon a Beetrooper from our deck. We already have Fly and Sting, which is pretty cool. So why don't we Why don't we do this? Let's go ahead and grab... Let's grab our Sting Lancer from deck, activate Sting Lancer effect to search, and we'll go ahead and grab our field spell, Beetrooper Formation, off of that effect. Also, we can chain Scale Bomber here to go ahead and special summon itself from the hand when we normal or special summon an insect to our side of the field, so we just get even more value here. And now what we can do is we can go Atlas. I mean, there's a couple ways we can do this. What's in our graveyard? Why don't we go ahead and banish Beetle plus pin the Bullseye. That will allow us to go ahead and summon out our Doomdozer from our hand for free. Then what we can do here is we can go Atlas plus Doomdozer. We'll link both of those off to make our RAGNARAIKA Stag Sovereign. And then, let's see here. Do we want to make... I guess, yeah, that's fine, because we could still... Here, you know what? Let's rewind this a bit. I guess, no, we still have to make Stag. That's fine. So yeah, make Stag Sovereign. Then what we can do is we can activate our copy of Beetrooper Formation. Do we want to use its effect here? I guess that would be... No, we don't have to use its effect here. To revive. What we will do is Mantis Monk in this particular case. We can go ahead and bottom our Sting Lancer to revive our Mantis Monk. Well, actually, do we want to do that? Because then that does turn off our Flying Sting. I was trying to see if there's a... we can get into our copy of Chain Coils. But honestly, we might just leave Mantis Monk in Grave for follow-up. Because I don't want to turn off our Flying Sting either. You need to control a Beetrooper to make this card live. So why don't we just set Flying Sting and set Hunting Dance. We'll just stick on the Sting Lancer and Scale Bomber. Because Scale Bomber is a disruption. When a monster the opponent controls activates its effect, quick effect, we contribute an insect monster to destroy it. So we can actually go like Sting Lancer, tribute itself, or Sting Lancer, or I'm sorry, Scale Bomber, tribute itself, or Scale Bomber, tribute Sting Lancer if you want. And then this would be our end board plus follow-up through Bloom. And we still have Mantis Monk in Grave as well for follow-up. But this end board is really strong because we have board presence through formation. If any insect is destroyed by battle or card effect, we produce a token, Beetrooper token, to maintain field presence. Obviously we have Bloom, which gives us the follow-up, but it also makes all of our insects 300 attack and defense stronger, while making everything else 300 attack and defense weaker. We have the Hunting Dance for the pop, since we do control a insect link, and we have Flying Sting, which is the monster negate while we control Beetrooper monster, of which we have 2, plus the Scale Bomber effect of pop. So this is literally, that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 disruptions with this board, with that particular hand, plus follow-up. So, like I said, and there was definitely different lines. That's the one thing I like about this deck is there probably could have been a line that maybe we could have produced Chain Coils and maybe ended on like Coils plus Stag Sovereign to give our Hunting Dance the ability to pop additional cards. But, you know, I think this end board is still very powerful. Plus, like I said, all the follow-up we have is really, really cool. So that's going to wrap up my combos and test hands video for my Beetrooper RAGNARAIKA deck profile for the post Legacy of Destruction format. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of the combos. Maybe you guys saw some different lines that I might have missed, or if you guys want to have suggestions for anything, let me know. But with that being said, this is Nick hitting that end phase, and again, thank you all so much for helping me reach my 1,500 sub goal. Let's work our way to that 2K goal. This is Nick hitting that end phase. Thank you again.